Hi everyone, I am Gabriela Zepeda and I'm going to present to you my progressive prototype for IDET 5310. So what I did for my project during this course, I worked on developing an online course for digital citizenship for 9th through 12th graders. So a little bit about my course, some course information I have. Our world has become tech savvy, where we have the World Wide Web at our fingertips. And to fully participate in communities making smart choices online and in life, you need digital citizenship skills. And in this course, students will be prepared with critical 21st century skills needed to be successful online. So, once students pass this, they can start the course here. And right now I have it set where my users can kind of guide themselves through their own pace, but I'm changing that so my users have to go progressively through each module here, and so they can see how much of the course they have completed throughout. But to ensure that my learners are going through each of the modules, I want them to progressively go through each of those modules. But right now I have it set where users can kind of navigate the sections on their own, just so I can go through my project and present it a little bit. So here I have a few different sections within my course. So I have this introduction just explaining the whole digital citizenship skills course here. And then we kind of get into the meat and potatoes. We begin with privacy and identity theft. And here I start out with a pretest. So in my pretest, my learners start out here and they go through about 3 questions and answer those. And those don't the percentage scored on these don't count towards their certificate goal at the end. So this course was designed for 9th through 12th graders for a local school district here that I work for. And so as students, each year, at the beginning of each year, students receive a individual personal technology device. And so at the beginning of the year, students will be taking this course to ensure that they can receive their personal device for the year. So students will have to complete this course 100%, complete it, go through all the modules, and pass the summative assessment at the end with at least a 70%. And once they have done that, then they will be able to receive their personal device for the year that they'll be using. So here they start out with their pretest. We go into the introduction here, and I used kind of a mix of Animaker and Canva to create all of these. But I have a consistent narrator that kind
So,
of
how do we become good
guides
digital
and
citizens? Since
flows
that's a big
my
question, we're
users
going to break it
throughout.
up into a few
And
parts. Your identity.
so this is my first section here. I have a couple of videos explaining each of those sections. I have scenarios that are more real world based that my learners can kind of
Last
connect
month,
with.
Sam used his family. His
It's
parents
a
said it
high
was
school student
okay, and he
scenario
entered
type
all
of
of their
deal.
credit card information into the
And the
site.
same thing with the next
Before
ones.
class, one
So
of
these
Emily's
scenarios are
friends
easily
confronted her.
relatable to the users that are watching this. So as learners go on throughout, I have tried to personalize it and make it a little bit more relatable to the younger generations of 9th through 12th graders. So I created some visuals that will be they will be able to relate to a little bit more. Like this one looks like a Twitter, a little tweet, and some more videos that kind of explain all of those. And then I have knowledge checks throughout, and these do not also count towards that summative assessment, just to keep my learners up to date with what we've learned. And we kind of progressively go through that, and everything is kind of guided here. So at the end of each of my modules, they have a knowledge check to go through to check what they've learned throughout that module. So we go to the next section, and all of my sections are kind of set up similarly. They have an intro at the very beginning, explaining what this section is going to be about, goes into a scenario piece, and I kind of tried to bring that piece in of making it relatable to my users. And so some of the scenarios I've also integrated Flipgrids to kind of give my students that opportunity to practice digital citizenship with other users, so they can interact with other users on Flipgrid responding to this discussion question. So after they watch this video, after they watch the videos, they come down here and they'll select this Flipgrid here, and that will lead them into the Flipgrid discussion. And they kind of just progressively go throughout that. Another video, some more knowledge check there in the middle of this module, some matchup flip cards that kind of explain things. And I also tried to implement more, see some audio in. So for those users who may have accommodations needing oral administration, or any of those accommodations needed, I kind of implemented this as an audio to help my learners there. Um, so I tried to piece in a little bit of more of interactive pieces with the Flipgrid or the vocabulary cards. I've also provided my users with resources if they would like to reach out to learn a little bit more. So all of these are kind of hot links that they can click onto, and that will further their knowledge. And again, at the end of each section, there's a knowledge check. Moving into the next section, it is also set up the same way. It has an intro explaining what this section is going to be about, and moves into the scenario pieces that each of those have. They have a Flipgrid that they'll discuss on. This scenario piece, I kind of try to make it a little bit different. So they select each of these tabs to kind of watch each of those videos there. I have some tips and tricks on here. Another oral administration done here to let users know what they'll be doing here. And here, users will be reading this and filling in the blank here. So Sam and Taylor should have used more blank searching. So this, they just type in their answers here and press submit. And all of these fill in the blanks don't count towards their 70% goal at the summative assessment at the end. Create your own specific search. So users here, it's interactive. They kind of sort these cards, and I have that discuss the directions here orally read out. Another match and correct keywords just to kind of keep my users engaged, and they match up those keywords with the topic, and the knowledge check at the end there as well. And then these last two sections that I have here are also similarly set up. My intro, describing each of those sections there, going into my scenario. My learners will be able to relate to this TikTok scenario here. Intellectual property, my learners watch the video, and then further on go into a sort. So I explain it up here and give them some hints on how they can better if they're having any issues. And so each of these sections are kind of set up similarly, where they watch a video, kind of do a fill in the blank or flashcards or matching up kind of things. I try to really integrate that more hands-on pieces with the oral administration of that audio implemented in. So that's kind of how I have my project here set up with videos. Each of these sections are set up similarly, and my videos were created, like I said, with either Canva or Animaker. So as my users progressively go into each of these, once I change the setting back to where my learners are not able to navigate the course themselves, they will have to go through each of these sections and watch the whole entire video, because I removed that piece off where it allowed my users to handle the timestamp of how quickly the video or slowly the video can be played, as well as forwarding or rewinding the video. And then at the end, I have my knowledge check here, And then I have a conclusion, what we have learned. And so this is just a recap of this entire course, what we have learned, everything like that. And then my users go on into their summative assessment here. And so this summative assessment, there's 10 questions. And then my learners will find their grade out at the end. And if they receive that 70%, then they will be able to get their district personal device to be used for the year. But this is my course prototype for digital citizenship skills for 9th through 12th graders for a local school district in order for students to receive their personal device, their district issued personal device to be used throughout the year. So this course will help learners receive those digital citizenship skills that will enable them to be better community members and just communicate with others better, whether that be online or in person. They can transfer those skills online or in person. So I've kind of used a different pieces kind of so my students can practice that with the Flipgrid. They're able to communicate with users and practice their digital citizenship skills there. As well as maybe looking up any other resources that they would like. But this is my course prototype, and thank you for watching. Bye.